Are we live? There we go. How's it going, guys? Let's see. All right, guys. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. My name is Ricky. If you guys don't know who it is that I am, we have a group. It's called Tech Solutions. We have a little bit over 49,000 members worldwide. And the thing that we do best is we provide a free and simple platform for both new and experienced traders. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about a little bit more about yesterday. In yesterday's helpful video, I talked about minimizing loss, kind of playing the defense when it comes down to trading. I feel like too many traders, and it's just because the overall stock market community focuses on the stock market. Freaking flies. Focuses on the just the potential to make money. I don't feel like enough people talk about how to go on the defense and how to minimize loss. So that's why I made the video that I did yesterday. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about a topic that I think I'm going to be bringing on a little bit more. If you guys saw, I go live every single day, Monday through Friday, 15 minutes before the market opens. Obviously, I did not go live today, right before the market opened. It came down to me really not wanting to play any day trades. And I want to kind of lead by example and make sure that you guys understand that it's not about day trades and those aren't the only things that matter. If anything, I see more consistent success when it comes down to my swing trades and overall how they end up playing out. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And the couple swing trades that I saw value in that I called out that performed the way that I expected it to, and give you guys a couple real world examples on some of our traders that originally everyone goes to day trades. Everyone focuses on day trading momentum stocks because they offer the most potential, but just because they offer the most potential, they also offer the most risk for the potential for risk. With that being said, it's very discouraging, I think, for new traders to come to the understanding that they jump into this market where everyone talks about all these momentum stocks and they end up experiencing more red days than green days, and the green days that they do experience do not offset the red days because they take exponential losses because they don't have the foundation to build off of. And that video was made yesterday, so if you guys want to watch that video, then 100% go for it. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about swing trades, why I think that they're better for beginners, and why then just give you guys a couple examples on how I break them down and how I see value in them, and then a couple swing trades that I'm taking a position on to sell for a profit. And then again, this isn't for you to trade any of the stocks that I'm talking about. We have 3 rules within Tech Solutions to guide people in the right direction, and we don't invest in what we don't understand. We don't invest based on other people's opinion, and we don't invest until we actually have a plan. So understanding where you're buying, where you're selling, and where you're cutting your losses. Therefore, you have this form of risk management involved. So let me go ahead and I'm going to start sharing my screen so you guys can see exactly what it is that I am going to be looking at. And if you guys can see, I have the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform, and I'm going to be talking about some swing trades that I saw value in that I called out, and I've called these out this week. And this is kind of like one of the things that I wanted to, oh, what the heck? Whoa. All right, so I hope that you guys can see me okay. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like it's being a little choppy right now. All right. Is it any better? No. Yes. No. No. But let me go ahead and get right to it. So hopefully you guys could hear me and everything ends up playing out pretty well. But pretty much one of the stocks that I called out was UGAS. The reason that I called out UGAS was I called it out last week because it's been seeing a consistent downward trend. And with that being said, we've identified a little margin of profit, not even that little. It's about 20 to 30%. So if we go to a 30-day analysis, we can see that it's been on a consistent downward trend to that $10 support. So again, consistent downward trend from $14 to that $10 support. And we can see every time that it has a bounce, it had a bounce here at around $11, pumped up to $12, dropped down to $10, pumped up to $11, dropped down to $9.50, and it's now pumping up and hitting the resistance at $11. So I would have locked it in right there alone. So if you guys, with my call out that I called out on Monday, when it was at the support of $9.50 to $11, that would have been 13% profit, right? This is for a swing trade. I honestly would not have swing traded this stock at $9.50. And I told you guys that. The reason that I would not have swung the stock during, or would have swing traded the stock for when it was at $9.50 was because it wasn't showing any signs of an upward trend. I told you guys that I wanted this thing to break above $10, and then from that point forward to start showing signs of an upward trend. And that's what it did. Well, that's what it's been doing within the past 2 days. So it held above $10. It broke up to $10.60, saw a downward trend to the $10 support. So again, $10 was an old resistance, and it becomes a new support level, and now it approached the $11 price point. So overall, if you would have bought it yesterday at the support at $10 and sold it today, you would have been up exactly 10% at that price point that it's at right now. So you just have to ask yourself, are you up more than 10% within this week? So obviously you didn't have to get in at $9.49, but for all those that have been chasing all these momentum stocks and all these stocks that are so-called, made to offer so much more value and so much more potential, are you up more than 10%? Let me give you another example real quick. So we called out DGAS, and looks like it just broke above $11. Let me give you another example for a swing trade that we called out, and then we should be good. So where's it at? It's GNCA. Where's it at? Looks like it might have gotten removed from my watch list. Okay, so right now this one is trading at $1.72. We called it out at $1.50, and it's been trying to trend up to $1.99, or that $2 price point. I have all my alert sets. It's not moving much from that point, but overall, this one does offer the potential because of the huge margin that it has built for itself. For that 50% margin of profit. This one's a little bit more of a lower cap stock. Let's focus into something that we might be a little bit more comfortable with. So let's go ahead and focus on JNUG. JNUG was one that we called out as well. We called it out when it broke, and it's been seeing an upward trend from that $17 support, and ever since then it's been seeing a consistent upward trend, and it's been flatlining here at $20. One of the things that I told you guys is that I want JNUG to continue to hold above $20 for it to validate that it's going to continue its upward trend to $26.30. With that being said, we want to make sure that the potential for profit is much greater than the potential for loss. And I'm going to give you guys a very brief example of these different swing trades. So the swing trades that I've been focusing on, and that I will be focusing on, that I've been calling out, right? I call them out every time that we do our Sunday Stock Talk, which is on Sunday at 6:30 Mountain Standard Time. But the swing trades that I've been focusing on for this week are UGAS, because of its continuous upward trend from its overall support at $9.50, and GoPro. So the reason that I see so much value in GoPro is because of how much it has dropped, that now it's been showing somewhat signs of an upward trend. It's been holding at that $950 support, and that's GPro. Knowing a little bit more about GoPro, it's getting closer to the holiday seasons. Therefore, GoPro being a consumer good, or a tangible good, therefore the sales should be, that much better during these holiday seasons. It looks like it is validating or trending to validate this overall support or this trend line that I've identified. So if we go back 30 days, it's been on a continuous upward trend, and it sees these little pullbacks. Actually, I think it needs to be 180 day. Yeah, it's going to be right here. So if you guys could see, this is the trend that I drew, that every time that it pumps up, it sees a little bit of a pullback, pumps back up, sees a pullback, and that's the whole thing. These are swing trades. This is a reputable company. This is something that I feel so much safer to trade and hold for a longer period of time, because I know that this company is worth something other than these low cap stocks that if you get in and you hold overnight, you might have some uncomfortable time sleeping over the night because you don't know how this stock is going to open during the morning, right? There's always this form of uncertainty that when you're day trading and it converts to a swing trade, you're like, crap, I didn't want to use my day trade and now I'm swing trading it. It's not a reliable company. And let me just give you an example. This is not to bash HMNY whatsoever, but obviously a lot of people knew that HMNY was overhyped and overpriced. People still made the decision, when understanding that it was overpriced and overhyped, to hold that stock. Went from $38 down to $23. And it had an overall support that it was building from $28 and a resistance at 28 throughout today, and it broke below 26 and it was heading down to 24. Realistically, why would you hold something overnight when you don't know much about the company, and You think because it's up more than 1,500% within the past 30 days that it's going to continue that upward trend? Again, we're not here to rely on hope, and we're not here to rely on luck. You want to make sure that you have an understanding of what's going on with these companies and making sure that you have all your forms of risk in managed. And with that being said, for all those people that held HMNY when it broke above $30 and hit highs of 38 and it opened at 25, then realistically you just have to ask yourself, you made a mistake. What is it that you can do that won't cause this again? Obviously, that price was overstocked, or that stock was overpriced, and that probably wasn't the best decision. Talking a little bit more about GoPro, we can see a continuous upward trend here, and if it validates that support, if GoPro ends up breaking below 9, I'll simply cut my losses, right? I'm risking less than 10% altogether, and my potential for profit that it has from bouncing at the 950 price point to the resistance that it's been trending up is to $12. Therefore, the potential for profit is 28%, almost 30% potential for profit if it continues this upward trend. If it breaks the trend, I'll cut my losses and I'll move on to the next one. The thing about this one is that I understand the trend, I understand the risk involved, I'm managing my risk, and it's a reputable company that I would feel comfortable trading because I understand the overall trends. So let's move on to the next one. That's my trade for GoPro. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Well, we've already talked about it, and it's UGAS. UGAS has been showing a continuous upward trend from its $9.50 support. Right now, it's at $11. I would personally sell UGAS at the price that it's at right now, most likely because it's going to experience probably an intraday pullback, meaning that it's going to try to pull back within the day. And you might have the same opportunity to buy in tomorrow, but maybe even at a lower price point that it's at right now. UGAS usually, within the past couple of days, tends to see more of an upward trend during the ending hours of the market open, meaning that it usually tries to recover during the very end. DGAS, that's why I called out DGAS in the morning as a day trade and UGAS as a swing trade, because DGAS usually does pretty good during the morning. It peaks out, hits its resistance, you're able to day trade that, and then DGAS pulls back, and then UGAS, being the inverse of it, ends up ending the day on the green note. But right now, UGAS is at $11. I would lock in profits right then and there. And then, overall, $11 is a resistance anyways. We'll see how the market opens tomorrow, and then we can take advantage of that opportunity, for the following day. I think UGAS is most likely right now, unless it starts rallying, but, looking at the RSI indicator, it's most likely at its peak right now for the day. With that being said, lock it in and move on to the following day and take advantage of another opportunity there. For majority of the people that took advantage of UGAS today, you guys are most likely swing trading UGAS. Therefore, you guys don't have to worry about the day trade. Now, let me talk about one last thing about the day trade kind of fallacy. So people think that because we're under the PDT rule, that they don't if they had more day trades available, they would be a much more successful trader. So I just want you to ask yourself, if you're not successful with 3 day trades, how are you supposed to be more successful with unlimited day trades? If you're already seeing loss with those 3 day trades, then would it not only make sense that you would only see even more loss with unlimited day trades? I mean, that's initially why the PDT rule is there, to limit those that don't really have an understanding on how to invest in the stock market, so they don't drain their entire account. So you have 3 day trades available if you're under $25,000 and under the PDT rule with a margin account. So with that being said, you're given 3 day trades to take advantage of a stock's intraday. Meet stocks that meet your criteria intraday, and if they do, great. Trade them, manage your risk, and go for it. If they don't, don't. There was the guy, like I told you guys yesterday, that I spoke to, that he was put under the PDT rule for the past 90 days, and he recovered all his losses when he was day trading, and he's now in the green. He's seen, within the past month, 47% growth with all swing trades. Why could that be? Well, psychologically, like when you're day trading a stock, you don't really think about it. You're like, okay, well, I'll get in and I'll get out, and if I cut my losses, whatever, right? I don't care about the company. But when you're swing trading, you're making sure that it's a reputable company. You're making sure that it's in an upward trend. You're second guessing yourself before you're taking that position, because you have to actually hold that stock overnight. Therefore, that stock that you're going to be swing trading has to go through so much more filters or so many more criterias to be labeled as a good swing stock or a stock that you want to hold overnight. Therefore, it only makes you want to focus on better quality stocks. So all I ask you is, are you seeing more success with day trades or with swing trades? And why is it that you're not swing trading with reputable companies compared to day trading these companies that are way overpriced and way overhyped? Is it because you want to be like everyone else that's making 5 to 10% profit a day? You have to understand, and there's nothing wrong with that. You have to understand that you have to learn how to walk before you could run. You have to build that foundation for yourself. And how are you supposed to keep up with the top runners in the market when you can't even walk? There's nothing wrong with wanting to be a momentum trader. But again, you have to build your foundation first and learn the mechanics of trading, learn how to identify potential, and learn how to manage risk and identify good quality stocks before you could even make the transition over to these momentum stocks that are extremely volatile, extremely risky, and you have to know how to get in and get out and manage your risk. If you're taking exponential losses and your losses are more than your profits, you're obviously doing something wrong. Just ask yourself, very simple question. Am I trading stocks that are good quality stocks, or am I trading based on other people's opinion and stocks that are so-called trending? All these people that come up with like, hey, look, this stock is going to see, all these people that tell you, we're going to be sending you, our top, our top stocks for day trades and our momentum scanners and all this stuff, right? It's great to have momentum scanners if you know how to use it, but you have to have the foundation first. And all these people that are going to try to sell you on being able to provide you the best quality stocks, just think about if you were a person that buys and sells cars, or you wanted to get into that market. You're a dealer, right? Buying and selling cars. You can be presented and given all these sorts of opportunities, but if you don't know where to buy and where to sell, or the very foundation of that whole business, being presented an opportunity that's good is irrelevant because you don't have the foundation to build off of. Same with these stocks. I can present to you the best quality stocks, yet you'll still experience red days because you don't know where to enter, exit, or manage your risk. Build the foundation first and grow from there. I would suggest to set a goal. Maybe it's 5% profit a week instead of trying to aim for 20 to 30% profit per trade. Be realistic with yourself and set something and get the ball rolling. I want to make sure that we have consistent traders, and that's my overall goal when it comes down to the mentorship that I have. That's why I'm not just, when I launched the lesson library that I just launched, it wasn't to just be like, hey, look, here's something similar to my YouTube videos. Here you go. I developed a structured curriculum that's easier to understand and it's more efficient for our traders, as well as I'm there to offer, advice on a daily basis and on a weekly basis with our one-to-one video calls, giving you a better understanding and holding you accountable for what it is that you're doing. Because I'm sure all of you guys are intelligent people and are very capable people of being successful traders. But it's the consistency and being held accountable for your actions on your trades that I think people really lack in. Just like when it comes down to saving money. Why do people spend more money than what they have? Brad, our OTC stock group leader, does an amazing job of helping people getting out of debt, and you guys can feel free to subscribe to him. He's one of the top, it's under TechBuds team. You guys can feel free to subscribe to him. He talks about the very simple and very important factors of, not just getting out of debt and then not spending money that you don't need, as well as I just don't know how to put it into perspective. People always do what they're not supposed to, and they spend money that they don't have, and it just doesn't make sense to me. So overall, I was going to talk about two other stocks, and it was going to be EFX and SHOP. That's Shopify. I'll call it out in the group instead. So that's for the TechBuds Solutions Facebook group. So the reason that I see value in Shop, it's one of our traders actually called it out, so I do want to give a shout out to him for actually exposing me to this opportunity. Obviously, this is Shopify, a very reputable company, received somewhat bad news, therefore it acted as a catalyst and saw that downward trend. We validated the support at $90, and it looks like it's trying to form that cup and handle. So what I said is, okay, I'm going to wait for the break, and I set my alerts already, as you can see, for $100 for it to start making up this margin. It offers 20% potential once it breaks above $100 for it to hit that same resistance at 120. Therefore, I've identified a margin of profit. I've identified a previous support. I'm going to wait for the confirmation, and then I'm going to execute. I'm going to stick to my plan. So we've identified the pullback. We've identified, what the heck? Oh, the bounce. And then we have an enter and exit strategy. And obviously a stop loss. If it goes below 90 or 1% below 90, I'll cut my losses there. And then for swing trades, we identified a trend. We confirm it, we set up a plan, and then we execute. And just ask yourself, with overall with what it is that you are trading, are you up more than 10% this week? You know, a bunch of the swing trades that we've called out are up much more than that 10% profit that we've already experienced. So with all these, momentum trades or all these day trades, are you up more than 10%? It doesn't matter how much you day trade. It doesn't matter, how much money you can make percentage growth, per trade if you're not consistent and you can't manage your risk. I'd much rather be a consistent, trader that sees, 2 to 3% growth per day rather than someone that sees, 30% profit one day and 40% loss the other day. Because, as much as you might be able to make $400 in one day, losing $300 the following day is not very motivating, at least not for myself. So just ask yourself, what is it that you're looking for in the stock market? Set a goal for it, be realistic, and trade quality stocks. There's nothing wrong with day trades, and that's why you are given 3 day trades under the PDT rule. But don't let that be an excuse. Well, if I had more day trades, I would be more successful, because that's definitely not the case. If you can't be successful with 3 day trades, what makes you think that you're going to be successful with unlimited day trades? I'm just trying to be realistic with you guys and trying to put into perspective that all this fallacy of people telling you, hey, trade all these great quality stocks. If you don't have the foundation to build off of, then you're not going to be successful, regardless if I hand you a diamond stock. All right. Alrighty, so I'm going to end it there. Let's go ahead and I simply wanted to, let's see if it allows me to do it. All right. All right, there we go. So something that I'm going to get a little bit more in the habit of Are we still going? Yeah. All right. So I'm sorry about that. So overall, I want to. All right. So thank you guys again so much for tuning in. I did want to let you guys know there is something that we are going to be. There is something that we're going to be releasing, and it's going to be something for free. It's a lot for the new traders. I really want to focus on the new traders and building that foundation for them. So something that I worked on is we're going to be working on a newsletter, and it's just going to be talking about best practices. It's going to be an FAQ forum, and there's just so many frequently asked questions within the Discord group chat that we'd like to move those all or funnel those all out into this forum. There's going to be a designated admin within this forum, and they will take care of everything, meaning that when it comes down to asking any frequently asked questions or just wanting to kind of get a summarized synopsis of what it is that we talked about within the day and what we saw value in, it's going to be in this forum where everything is going to be located at. So it's going to be, again, we want to make sure that TechBud Solutions is the place where everyone communicates, and shares ideas. But when it comes down to asking all those frequently asked questions, especially for the new traders, we want to make sure that we have a channel designated specifically for you or designed specifically for you. That's going to be the first link in the description. So if you guys head on over to the description of the first link, you guys will be able to see that. In the description there is a newsletter, and it says Sumo Dash. So by signing up, you're going to click on the link on the website. And then by signing up, you guys can sign up for the newsletter, and we'll just be sending you guys reminders on what it is that has led to other people's success, kind of newsletters also on frequently asked questions, and then we'll let you guys know when the forum is available, so all those new traders can have a place to go to it's kind of like a tool, right, where you get all your questions answered. We want to make sure that the Discord group chat is where we keep all the quality information there, but there's no question that we get just bombarded with a bunch of frequently asked